Today I'm going to be taking a closer look at the Turbo Racing C73 1/76 scale micro RC car. When I received this guy from Hobby Porter, aka Radiomaster, I thought it was a bit of a toy, but actually we have had incredibly bad weather for 2 months now, and I've been using it a lot, and you know, it's a lot more capable and fun than one might think for the price, because I was actually quite surprised to see the price of this guy. But I have to say, I do get it. You know, you look at this and think, you know, what is the gimmick here? But it's so much fun around the house. You know, you can just drive it anywhere, even on this little table, and have fun with it. So let's take a look at some of the specifications. This is the box that it comes in, and for its size it does have a lot of functions on this controller here. So throttle curve upgrade, paint simulation vehicle, it's a bit of lost in translation there, but they give you 2 more of these bodies. I kind of wish they give you more bodies that were already painted, because they give you these bodies in here which are just blank bodies, so you would have to paint them yourself, but I guess there are some people into that. It's not really my sort of thing. It says that it's got a low center of gravity. You can't drift it or anything like that. It's tiny, you know, it weighs like 15 grams, which is nothing. Emergency flasher. Yeah, a lot of this is getting lost in translation. I don't know if that's referring to when the battery gets low, because it does indicate that. Brake light it does have, and it's got LED lights underneath, you know, like in the Fast and the Furious. In the 90s, everyone was sticking LEDs under the car. Throttle limit, and also you've got like a potentiometer as well. It only works when it's at 100%, but you can change the speed limit by a potentiometer as well. Type C for the connection, so you can charge it either just with a USB cable, which they give in the package, or the controller. It's got this lever here which lifts up a USB type C. You twist it, it stays in place, and then the car just sits on there and charges up. It's only got a 40 milliamp hour battery, so it charges pretty quick. The instructions say that the controller has to be in the charge position, which is there. However, it seems to charge, or that red charge light is on, no matter what position that the switch is in. But there you go. The controller does not have built-in batteries, which I wish it did have, because for this price I would expect, like, you know, a Lion in there, but you know, it's just some Aldi AAA batteries in there, which I'm never a fan of, because they don't last very long, and they're quite expensive as well. Just sort of like a penny thing here to shut it. Steering wheel's very nice, and the motion here on the accelerator is very smooth actually. It's not bad at all. Then we've got all of these options up here. So we have got 20% power, 50% power, and 100% power. And at first for me, 100% power was giving less power than 50, but that's actually because in the 100% option you've got this other dial here, and this is a throttle dual rate, so you can turn the throttle up and down as you please if any of these do not suit the speed. It's not a fast thing, so not sure why you would want that. But then we've got other things on here as well. So there is the throttle trim, so that you can get, you know, center. correct, so it's not moving forwards or backwards on its own. And there is a steering wheel trim, and also a dual rate on the steering, so you can have a really tight turning circle or you can have a really wide turning circle. It's quite a lot of adjustments for such a tiny car, but it has got proportional steering. Usually something of this size, and even bigger things of this size, just has a magnet that does left and right, but now you've got full proportional steering. It's rear wheel drive. The shell is plastic. I wish it was metal for the price. I think it would be quite fun if it was metal. You could get a quadcopter and pick it up with a magnet and carry it around. And it has got a bind function, but it comes pre-bound out of the box. And the way that you bind it is they give you in here, I think it's like right at the bottom. I've got one of these, which is usually used to secure the canopy of a car, but you just wedge it in there and you can bind it if you've lost your bind. Yeah, it comes with a USB Type-C, and as I mentioned, 2 extra bodies, and then we have these sort of like little bits of detail, you know, a couple of wings and things like that. It is just clipped on. There we go. It's such a tiny thing. So just a single board, the non-removable 40 milliamp hour battery, but I'm sure you could just find one of those somewhere. An antenna here. I'm going to check out the range of that. I think if you stuck an FPV camera on it, this little tiny battery would drain very quickly. You can see these are the LEDs. In fact, if I turn it on, there you go, you can see how all that works. You control the lights with this slider here, so if I just turn it on and turn this one on, so we've got the lights off, front and rear on, and when you hit the brake lights shine up brighter. And there is this button here, and it turns the Fast and the Furious lights on. The manual says that the range is 30 meters, which isn't bad for something this size. It's got quite a big antenna, so I can believe that. Of course, when you're driving on the ground and you don't have line of sight, then the range isn't so good. But I can test the range out because I'm a member of a sports hall, so we can at least see how far it goes in there. Imagine you'd lose sight of it after a few meters anyways, it is so small. It says that the driving time is 30 minutes, so that's pretty good, isn't it? Does not say how long it takes to charge, but 40 milliamp hour battery, not very long. Really, I'd be surprised if it took longer than 20 minutes to charge. But let me move this table so that you can see it in shot, because really this is all the space that you need to have a bit of fun with it. That's the full turning circle, and it even looks small on this table here. You can like put objects and stuff to sort of race around. So this is UK carpet. It's fairly new. I'm on full power here, and it will seem to run backwards a little bit, but I know in America, from the last time I visited Florida, the carpets out there, they were like rugs. So I imagine a flat carpet it will be okay, but really you need like a tiled surface or something, because this ain't going anywhere. So this is low power. It's actually quite nice for inside the house. Medium power. And then full power. For its size, it's going really fast. That's with the dual rate turned up, but I can turn the dual rate down a little bit. You can see I can get it almost to a crawling pace and then give it the full beans. I think you can get you can buy tracks for them, but you need some buddies to race around with, I think. Can't quite get a drift out of it. I think just not enough inertia there. You know, still pretty fast. But what I like doing, to show you the brake lights, because those shine up nicely. Can we do a Scandinavian flick with it? Oh, almost. Check this out. Give it that full turning circle. It can get in really small spaces. Look at that. Many a time when I can't sleep at 3 AM, I find myself doing this. Is it gonna get round that corner? Oh, back it up, back it up. There we go. Toyota Super Style. Speed up a little bit. The throttle is very responsive. And you can like thread the needle. It's like a tiny whoop. Can we get it down here, man? Don't drop in the water. Yeah. Will it go back down? I'm gonna have to do a bit of guesswork. Are we stuck? No. Actually pretty difficult to get stuck, you know. If I give it the beans over here. Yeah, man. See what measure the turning circle on these hubs. Hopefully they're not hot. See if we can get a bit of wheel spin. Get a bit of drift action on the full throttle. Now you see it. It just sort of kangaroo hops rather than drifts. You can hear it. Thud, thud, thud. Huh. I wonder what else I can try and do this on. I've got a new RC car today in this big bag. What do you think?
It's tiny.
That's what she said. Alright, so what I want to try and do is go down the wing and back. Easy does it. Easy does it. I can hear people whispering about me. Try and reverse back. Oh, I nearly reversed through that hole there. Come on, come on. Yeah, come on. Oh, I got stuck on the servo. Philly, can you build me a tunnel through to the other wing?
need a knife.
Right, so for this is going to be, I'm going to do a trick now. We're going to drive along here, fly off the back and land. It's got to land on its wheels. Ready? Failed. Yes! First go! What I think you should do is a range test, but it will be a range test of your eyes, not of the controller. Yeah, so see if you can send it to like the other side. It'll take about 10 minutes. See you later. Range is pretty good, right? But you, like I say, it'll. Yeah.
Using Express LRS.
I don't think so. It's probably Fly Sky. Everything's. I don't actually know though. It's Radiomaster, the guys that make it. Where is it? Oh, it's coming back. I could just see two dots. Man, that is funny.
Yeah, in relative speed, it's going pretty quick.
It looks like you're having a game of Tron going along these lines here. You ever seen that Tron? So there you go, that's the Turbo Racing C73 1/76 scale RC car. Man, I wish these were out in lockdown. Anyways, if you're interested, I'll put a link in the video description as well as a pinned comment. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Please continue to subscribe. Cheers.